So this term, some students are doing some experiments with a range of 5 UV wavelengths, around 3 to 400 nanometers. And so I'm just testing that our UV lamps work by trying to work out, get a pos control. And the only thing that I can think of is using rocks, so minerals actually, and so I've used these. You can see these minerals here. They show whether the UV light is working, and I tested a few of them, like 300, 310, and they don't show up very well. It's the 365 that shows it up really well, so there is some limit to which rocks can show which UV light the best as a pos control. Also, there was some of these fluoresce green, the uranium ones, and one of the other ones. So if anything that fluoresces green, be careful, it might be radioactive. So I just did a Geiger counter check on that, and the background radiation is actually higher than the radiation coming from the minerals here, even though some of them contain uranium. And it's covered in plastic, and I'm wearing UV gloves, full UV face mask, all that sort of stuff. So nonetheless, we're not going down to 254, which is the ideal wavelength for phosphorescence. So I can confirm 365 by far is better than any other wavelength at getting the UV fluorescence to come out. And so if you're wondering why it fluoresces or it phosphoresces, normally this should not happen. So normally you're just going to get the wavelength that gets absorbed from one shell to another is the one that's either released, so either the emission or absorption spectrum. So these minerals, my pure calcium carbonate, which is quite useful to demonstrate a whole heap of scientific concepts, doesn't actually work at all, because the calcites that are a bit murky and are not clear, they do work quite well and do a very strong orange. And so the reason why is there's impurities, there's rare earth metals and impurities in the deflects, so the electron can't just jump up and down between the shells and it gets distracted. If you want to know, and so you get a different wavelength than what's going in. So you put a higher wavelength in and get a lesser wavelength out. The higher wavelength is obviously UV, which is dangerous, and you're getting light. And who knows what else you're getting out, because light's the only thing that we can detect with our eyes. There'd be all sorts of other stuff if I had expensive machines to measure it. I'll just put a link in the description to the theory behind it, which is in a previous video I did on some sort of fluorescing with rocks. And so just moving on then, I actually even needed a neg control for this, because paper and artificial fibers shine up a bright blue, and those microplastics are everywhere, all over the rocks, everywhere. You can't get rid of it. It's all over the floor. It's everywhere. If you get this UV light, it's everywhere. The paper works really well too, so there can be natural fibers too. And so if it's that direct reflection isn't, it's just the blue directly reflecting back at you, and the black. It's best to shine the torch not on it and see to see whether it really is. If you think it's blue, to see whether it really is blue. Unless there's microplastics, that's what the black looks like. So that's the neg control on this. I'm trying to work out what our pos controls are. And so the first one is going to be fluorite for our pos control, because fluorescence gets its name from fluorite, because it does fluoresce so well. So it's normally a clear, well, this one's clear, and it goes a really dark blue. Mine's a sort of greenish color. I didn't trust, it's meant to phosphoresce. So the difference between phosphorus and fluorescence is when you stop giving it the 365, it still fluoresces for a little bit longer. That's called phosphorescence. And it can be a different color as well. And this one didn't work, so I just went to a very dark room and got out another crystal that worked really well. I put it directly on there, and you can see it definitely, these particular samples don't phosphoresce. So as I said, it's all due to impurities and defects, so some samples will work better than others. Same with the calcite. This is wrapped in plastic, so I'm not going to do further tests. I'm not going to do HCl or scratch tests to work out which bit's the autunite and which bit's the calcite. But because I just didn't trust it, I took a whole tray out, and I basically thought it would be better to use this like massive crystal and one that really goes bright orange, and put it in a dark room again and see if it has any phosphorescence. And you can see when we turn the lamp out that the orange dims, and because that's greater than I think the cutoff is microseconds or something. You can visibly see that it dims out, so that is actually phosphorescence, but it's nowhere near as the best one in this list of minerals that we're testing. So I'm quite confident to go forth and use the fluorite as a test for the 365 wavelength, and even some of the others, even though it's not going to be as good. But just to confirm that UV lamps we have are giving off UV, and they are working. The best one for phosphorescence is this one. Now, it looks like nothing's happening, but I'm actually shining a bluish light on it. It's coming up bright white. And then when you turn it off, it's quite long. It's the best of all of these ones. It's a green, lingering light. And so that's phosphorescence for sure, and that's the best one. There are a couple other minerals. This one's got the brightest one here, this bright yellow. And I'll just run through a couple of the other minerals because we're not going to use them because either they're not working very well or you've got issues, which I'll show you. So this one's got uranium in it, and you can see a slight, no phosphorescence for this one, just a slight green fluorescence. And this one here, this one is not meant to show much, and that's true to nature. This one here, can't open these ones on. These one of the 6 well-known asbestos ones that will give you lung cancer, and they go a nice orange fluorescence, but and no phosphorescence, but they're too dangerous to use, so we can't use those ones. This one's meant to give a very bright white and a strong phosphorescence, but got nothing out of that one. All right, and it does have some bright green, and so maybe that's a uranium salt. So they're found where uranium salts are found. So UV lights are quite useful because if you find anything that's fluorescing green, maybe just leave it alone and don't touch it. So it's a good safety thing. It's also good that you don't have to do scratch or HCl tests if you carry one around. If it's orange, it's calcite. And then the aragonite here, again, some slight possibly phosphorescence and definitely fluorescence. But again, I can't use that as a control because that one's got potential radiation, although I've cleared this one. Okay, so I thought you might find that interesting.